It's always not nice to have a not working webinar or website. So it would be good to go to the steps. We will check this and we will check this in the video. And you can also do the search because it's really detailed in here in the knowledge base. So be friend with this self-testing. I do it myself and it saves a lot of times. I was going to tools and site health, so that's by default installed by WordPress. Fix your critical informations and check your server. 8.0.10 or above, it's very good, but also 7.430, it's good. But if you're doing something lower, it will not so good. Or if it's like very early version, like here, it's also not so good. Okay, if you tested and checked all this, we need the health plugin. Go to plugins, add new, activate. Okay, then go to the active plugins and scroll down to WebinarIgnition. Click on troubleshoot. Activate, maybe here below it says you don't have the standard default theme installed, which is 2020 for them, for this testing plugin. Activate 2020. Okay, and here the plugins that you had activated before, but all are deactivated. Only WebinarIgnition is on. Then just go to WebinarIgnition, for example, registration page, when you have the issues there, and say, okay, it's working now because it's showing the dates, for example. Then it's not WebinarIgnition, then it's the theme or other plugin. Then you need to go to their support. If this issue existing, then please go to us. Access to your WordPress, because then we have to fix it. Okay. So, but the question is to whom you going. So you had the DV theme on. So switch DV theme on. Okay, now DV is on. You're checking again the page. And you say, oh, it's not working anymore. So you can then just switch back to the default one. For example, that doesn't matter. So you see, okay, oh, it's working again. So the issue is on DV themes. Then just go to the DV theme support and say, I have an issue with this WebinarIgnition and with DV theme. Okay. If it's not there, you can just go through every plugin, enable anti-spam bee, check again. Oh, working, then it's not anti-spam bee. Not working, then it could be anti-spam bee. Okay, so that's the decision to do. With the knowledge base, give as much details as possible. If you have something customized on your server, give details, check with your admin, do a screen recording, that would be nice, and so we can see the issue. And sure, test when you're not logged in, and test in a browser incognito modus. So that means no cookies and stuff, all fresh. And give us a URL so we can test it. And sure, if you do right click, inspect element, go to console, you see the issue, and then just copy also the issue. Okay. So this is like generally fixing WordPress, because the issue with WordPress is that it's like very, very flexible. You can extend like with 60,000 plugins. And yeah, so there could be problems with the plugin and the theme, with plugins under each other, with plugins and the server. So it's like a good idea to check the server first and the WordPress debug, and then go further with the plugins. Yeah, and if you have issues with WebinarIgnition, we are really lucky to help you and fix it. Yeah, sure. There is all nothing going forward and backward. We will then log in and fix it. or when we can reproduce it by ourselves, then we don't need access to your site, but it's needed a screencast, the issue on the console. Thank you.